Welcome back to Chuck14, and today we are doing a GIJoe Classified series review, and I'm really excited because this is one figure that I thought I wasn't gonna get, but as soon as I got this figure, I never pre-ordered him, but now I've got him. He looks really awesome, and I'm talking about GIJoe Classified series Sergeant Stalker. So I'm ready to check this guy out, but first let's take a look at the packaging. And here we've got the packaging for Sergeant Stalker GIJoe Classified series, and you can see that awesome artwork here. Not really impressed because he looks so old here, really not reflecting how awesome this figure is. And you see all the accessories. He's got a lot of accessories.
And if it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you can be notified of any new updates, new videos of my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and all the good stuff. And now back on with the video.
And then the side of the box, another artwork of Sergeant Stalker. And then the back of the box, you have GIJoe Classified artwork with all the characters that are coming out in this wave. And on this side of the box, you have that GIJoe Classified file card, which you have to decode. And if you want to see here, I've attached also the bio. If you want to read, you can pause. And then not much on the top of the box and not much on the bottom. And now it's time we get Sergeant Stalker and check him out. And here we've got Sergeant Stalker out of the box, and this is the most badass looking figure that I've had in my GIJoe Classified line. He might be in the top 3 of my favorites because my top 1 will still be the number 2 Snake Eyes, and then maybe followed by Storm Shadow. But this one is definitely one badass figure. And now let's take a look at his accessories. And first that we will take a look at his beret, which really looks great. As you can see here, it's got that insignia, then the beret. This one's a different beret from the one that Flint has. So comparing both berets, so here's Flint and here is Sergeant Stalker. So it's a different shape for the both of them, and then this would fit right onto his head, which really looks awesome on this figure. And then he has his scarf over here, and this is the iconic vintage look for Stalker. But if you want the scarf, you just take off the head and then you can put the scarf on and put back the head, which will give him more like a soldier that was sent to a desert storm or Afghanistan. And then you have another accessory, which is not a backpack, but this is the holster for his semi-automatic rifle, which is this one, which is also looking like his vintage rifle. And this also has a detachable magazine, which you can insert here at the bottom. And once you have the magazine inserted, it really looks like his vintage rifle, and he can hold it in either hand. And then another one is his light machine gun or LMG, which really looks badass. And I hope there was a bigger one like this for Roadblock. And then it comes with a small cartridge for the bullets, and you just attach it here in the bottom. So it should be attached this way so that the bullets will be facing towards the barrel of the gun. And then you can insert it here so it looks like it's being fed into the machine gun, which is really great. I really love these realistic looking machine guns, not like the first ones that we were having, which were like laser or Nerf guns. Then he has his handgun over here, or his sidearm, with a badass looking silencer, which you can insert here at the tip, which gives him a very badass looking sidearm over here. And these can store here at his holster on the leg. And what's really nice about this is he also has storage for the silencer over here. I thought this was a magazine, but this was a silencer. It's stored right in there. which is really awesome. And then last but definitely not the least, he has his knife, which is a bigger knife than most of the regular knives on the GIJoe Classified series figures, so it can also insert here at the side of his leg. It's such a badass looking figure. I really love this Stalker figure. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So taking a look at that head sculpt, he really looks awesome. That head sculpt looks so badass and inspiring command and respect. And removing that beret, you can see just like Flint, he's got this badass looking haircut with a scar on the side, which really looks awesome. And then for his articulation as well, his head can turn 360, and much like all the other figures, the neck is in a separate joint, so he can look down a lot and he can look up that much. So you can also remove this if you don't want it hindering the articulation. And on the arms or on the shoulder, he's got these butterfly joints, which is really great in articulation. And you can see his web gear here, which is reminiscent of the old school Stalker. It's supposed to be a knife here, but it won't remove, so it's just sculpted in. And you got tear gas or smoke grenade, and on the back just have that strap. I really like his web gear because it doesn't hinder the articulation, so the arms can turn 360, move out that far, and you got that bicep swivel as well as the double jointed pinless elbows you see, which is really awesome. Then on the wrists, it can turn around 360, and this left has that up and down joint, which is really stiff. And then this one can move in and out. These wrists are so stiff, I don't want to risk breaking them. Then you see that he's got this ab crunch, so you can bend up and down. Then you have the waist swivel as well, and he can kick forward that far, kick backward, and you can see the drop down legs, which is on all the GIJoe Classified figures. And you have a thigh cut for swivel on the leg. You have the double jointed pinless knees, which is really awesome. You have the boot cut, you have the up and down and left to right rocker joint for the feet. I really love the articulation on this guy. I'm not really sure if this is a reused mold, but I think this is all new. Here on the back, you see there's a hole for this rifle holster. You can put his submachine gun here, put the magazine here, then put the rifle inside, and there's a peg which will just line up here at the backpack, and you can peg it at the back so he can carry his submachine gun on his back and wield the light machine gun in his hands, which is really great. And it's awesome how this guy looks like and how he can carry all his weapons on the figure. And now it's time for some size comparisons. I will bring in some figures that I have in my collection. Here is with the CIA liaison officer or SHIELD agent Samuel L. Jackson. You can see they're almost the same height. From the Predator neckline, here he is with Arnold, so you can see Arnold is a smidge taller than he is. Here he is with Duke, then Flint, Scarlet, Lady J, Commando Snake Eyes. These two really look badass together. And you have Beachhead, got Roadblock, Gung Ho. I got the other Gung Ho, the retro card Gung Ho, which I will be reviewing, and I'll be showing if I switch some body parts with him. Timber. This Timber is such an awesome figure. Last but definitely not the least, show him off with the Cobra Trooper. And of course, and here's the group shot for all the Joes, and with additional Samuel L. Jackson and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the group. These guys really look awesome together. So that has been my review for Sergeant Stalker. a really awesome figure. Number 41 in the GIJoe Classified line. I really love this figure. The accessories, how he looks like, the web gear, how articulated this guy is, how realistic this guy really looks, and the head sculpt as well is really badass. I really love this figure. Probably top 3 in my collection. It's gonna be probably Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, then this. I'll probably do a GIJoe Classified ranking, and thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. What's your favorite GIJoe Classified figure in my collection that you have seen? And as always, celebrate life, be a miracle.